So in this tutorial, we will try to learn what is variables. Okay. So variable are the main most part. Basically we use this variable to assign a value and to use this variable to process or for our business logic purpose in code. So basically variable is like int a is equals to 0. So here a is an variable. Okay. A is a variable. Okay, so a is the name of the variable. Okay, so now, and what the value is assigned to it, the value assigned to it is value is integer type. Okay, integer type and with 0. Okay, so 0 is assigned to it. So now this int a is equals to 0, we have to use it. Okay, so if you can see if you can see now here, only variable is not declared. It declared with the data type. Okay, so I'll tell you what is data type as well. Okay, so first we'll try to print this a value. Okay, so variable, if I try to do it, public void display is a method. I'm just introducing a method in this tutorial so that going forward I can tell you. Okay, system dot out dot println. So here what we'll do, println. Okay, so we will print the things over here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll try to print the value a. Okay, now to get that a printed from this main method, first we have to create an object instance. Okay, my app is equals to new my first app. Okay, so this is a new instance what we are going to create. Okay, so now my app dot display. Okay, so to access that method from main method, we have to create this. Okay, create an instance of this my class and we have to assign it to a new variable. If you can see again over here, my app is again a variable with the type of my first app. Okay, because it's our customized class, so for that the object is getting created. Okay, and with the variable of my app with the name. Okay, now we'll try to run this. So 0 has been printed. Okay, so now if you can see, there is a int and there is also a my first app. So both are, these are different types of data types. One is primitive and one is non-primitive. So basically what we can say is primitive are the one which has been registered with the Java compiler and Java interpreter. Okay, only they can identify what is the data type of the variable. Okay, so I will tell you what is the data type and how many data type are there. But before to that, let us go with the scope of the variable. Okay, now we have declared a int over in the class. Okay, so it will become a global variable. Okay, so now let me point it out that it is a global variable. Okay, so that means it will be get accessed throughout the class. Okay, leave about the main method. Okay, so it will be accessed throughout the class. Okay, and what is meant by local variable, now I will give int a over here in the method. Okay, now I will try to make you understand what is global and what is local variable. Now let us run the program. If you can see, 10 is printed. Why 0 is not printed? Because whatever the value you are passing, it is assigned to the local variable. That means this a is local to this method. Okay, so this method will identify a if there is no parameter as an a over here. Okay, so this is called an ambiguity. So though to remove that ambiguity, now let me introduce one more one more keyword. Okay, I can say keyword. So keyword, that is nothing but system dot out dot println. Okay, println whatever I can print. Okay, so now I will type this dot a. Okay, so this dot a is nothing but this class. Okay, dot a. So now let me run. So now what will come, 10 and 0. See, if you can see, local variable is printed as a and this dot a is nothing but this class dot a. Okay, the global variable, it is getting referred. So now we will see, this was the scope of the variable. Now we will see a static variable. What is called static? static int b is equals to 20. Okay, so give any assign, any value we can assign. Now I want to print that value directly over here. Okay, so system dot out dot println. Okay, so now let me print that b value directly, because there is no need of creating an instance and trying to access it. Okay, if I want, I can do that as well, like my app dot b. Okay, in this way also you can try to print. If you want to print like this, you just print it. Can you see 20? Basically why the 0 to 0 is coming is we have used print over here. Okay, so that is the reason we have to use println, so that it will directly skip to the next line. Okay, so if this is one way, but actually this is already static, so b is now directly associated with my first tab. Okay, so now you can directly try to access that. Okay, let me tell you, my first app dot b. Okay, now I will try to directly print it. So see, if you can see, my first app dot b is 20. Because it's a static, we can directly access this b from anywhere, like directly call the class name with the variable name. Okay, and then if you try to access the same thing with a, what is happening? See, earlier in our first tutorial, if you can see, if the earlier part wherever I discussed, so the thing is that if first app dot a, if you try to type, so in our first tutorial what we did, whenever we are trying to do any kind of changes, we have to rely on compiler. So compiler will throw the error all the time, but now in id, in advance, it will show that this is an error. Okay, so what it is saying, cannot make a static reference to a non-static field, because a is a non-static and this method is a static. So from this static method we cannot make an call to any non-static variable. Okay, you got my point? So this is the way you have to practice it, and there are so many other combinations you can try, and then you can go ahead with your practice. So make sure you follow my all the tutorial, so that in incoming tutorials we will advance our coding part. Okay, thanks.